All right, so I want to actually bring in a new guest here who's going to tell us about this upcoming event we got next week. Very anticipated. The Aggie Eagle Classic in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's actually being billed as the Duke Mayo Classic. And our guest tonight is Mr. Miller Yoho, who is the Director of Communications and Marketing for the Charlotte Sports Foundation.
Guys, it's great to be here. It is the Duke's Mayo Classic that the Aggies and the Eagles are playing in, but we know that it is the Aggie Eagle Classic. We understand This is the 100th anniversary. When we started planning this, that was the first thing that we said is we have a corporate sponsor in Duke's Mayo who's incredible, who's fully invested in this game. And we said, we got to call it what it is. And so you'll see, even when you walk in the stadium on Saturday night, you'll see branding that says Aggie Eagles. You'll see mayonnaise. But we know this game has history. We know this game has generations of fans, and we want to pay. We know that's the most important thing, is getting that right. And if we walked in and just said, if this is the Duke's Mayo's Classic and didn't nod to 99 other years, that wouldn't be right to either fan base.
And so this is the 100th anniversary of the game.
Yes.
Everybody on our end is super excited. And it's going to kick off. Actually, you picked a great time. It's going to be a 7:30 kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
So It's going to be uptown Charlotte at night. All the lights and electricity that comes with that. How are tickets going up right now? How many fans do you expect to be in the building next week?
So that's a great question, and we're excited. And the interesting thing with college athletics, everything has shifted with the invention of huge TVs, and also we're still living in this kind of post-pandemic, pandemic life. So we're trying to figure out what's success. And when we looked at it, we looked at actually soccer to say what would be a successful event. And we have the Charlotte FC team in Charlotte, and they have the best fan environment we've seen in Charlotte sports since probably 2015, when the Panthers were going to the NFC championship or the Super Bowl, or when the Hornets were first coming to the Hive. We haven't really seen a buzz around a team like this, and really a fan environment since Charlotte FC. And what they do is they focus on the lower bowl. Mm-hmm. And we try to fill it up. And so for us, the magic number we're looking at is 35,000. Now, with that said, we have a big walk-up. We have a lot of Aggies show up, a lot of people who want to be up there. We'll try to open up the upper deck and we'll go higher. But we think that 35 number is where we want to be. And I can tell you, it looks really good. And we think it'll be loud. We know the bands will be loud. If people are going crazy. And we want it to be tight and not spread out. We want it to feel like a college atmosphere.
So 35K is the targeted number.
Yeah.
And tickets are still available. Where's the best place that you would say to go and buy tickets?
So Maj, that's a great question, because we also know this is important to the schools and the fan bases of where the money's going, right? Like this isn't about the Charlotte Sports Foundation. We're a nonprofit. Our goal is to bring large sporting events, but also there's benefit for the universities. So we're actually in a revenue share with the universities. They both will benefit financially from everything we do, from corporate sponsorships to ticket sales. So for us, our recommendation is Ticketmaster.com. That's the official partner. And then that goes into the pot that helps the schools. And we know that that's especially important. That's something we really are trying to get the messaging out, is as people look to buy tickets, buy from an official source. One will make your life easy because everything's mobile ticketing and everything's seamless that way. But also it's what goes to benefit the universities. And that's probably equally important.
Awesome. And this is, if this goes as, planned, this is going to have a pretty sizable economic impact for the whole communities.
I was driving to work this morning, and I called my boss, Danny Morrison, who's incredible, probably one of the best executive directors of a sports nonprofit. He's run the Panthers, TCU as athletic director, all these things. I said, Danny, what we have to realize is we can have 35,000 people in this stadium, and we talk about the economic impact, but we got to look at, there's going to be 35,000 people outside the stadium having fun, tailgating. We have to appreciate that this is going to be a city takeover from these two fan bases and more. And there's day parties, there's things, there's going to be hotel rooms, and the impact of this game is going to be felt so much outside of this stadium. And I said our mission statement is really economic impact. And we found that in this pandemic, the people who are affected potentially the most was hospitality industry. No one was traveling. No one was staying in hotels. Small business owners, restaurants, those were really affected by large events. And we found that bringing sporting events in our mission is actually helping these people a lot. And that's why we really take pride in the economic impact. And we'll do a lot of studies and work with our friends at the Visitors Authority to understand what will this game mean to Charlotte, to the people who work here, and also to the businesses here.
And see, my buddy down there, Doug Brown, he's the youngest of the bunch, right? And so he still might be kind of, in that party vibe. He might want to do something. so tell us, Miller, that's some events other than the football game that's happening that weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm supposed to promote the official events, but I want to know where Doug's going first. Like, Doug, what have you got circled?
Now, see what I got up my sleeves, man. I got to get my permission slip signed first. So
okay. All right, we'll wait till we go off air and we'll get that list. But the first event's actually private, and I think it's something that we should mention is we want the teams to have something that's different than a traditional kickoff experience. Okay. So when we had Georgia Clemson last year,
right,
they came in Friday afternoon and they are gone after the game. We're actually having the teams come in Thursday. They're going to get a unique experience where they're going to go to 2311 Racing. That's Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin's team, Bubba Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
There.
I heard,
okay. They're going to get a tour. They're going to get to see what that life is. We're going to do a team dinner there. Even on Friday, we're working with history professors from both institutions to be able to have a presentation of what's the history of the game. Now, these are 18 and 22-year-olds. They probably don't understand what 100 years is. And I think that's really important for some of those who are playing the game for the first time to kind of, you'll hear me talk about history a lot, to see that. But so those are the private things we're doing for the team, and they'll get special things and unique opportunities, and we're excited about that. But in terms of public, we partnered with the 100 Black Men chapter in Charlotte, and they've been our partner in planning this and everything, and they're going to benefit financially for it, and they're all their programs. So we work with them to do a college and career fair on Friday morning. So we'll have, hundreds of high school students from Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools and around to see not just what 4-year school they can go to, but are there 2-year schools, estheticians, things like that? What is the full school experience? And we know that's important. And we want it to feel different than just you walk around and get your bag of stuff. We want it to have a little bit more energy, DJ, stuff like that. And then we'll also have a college or a career fair where there'll be different jobs and things like that. After that, we'll fold into that Friday evening. I think step shows are pretty important. So we'll have the Divine Nine from each institution competing for a little bit of cash.
So be a cash. Also, that's going to bring out the big dogs then.
Yeah, see? We're not messing around here. We want to go big.
I see.
So that's going to happen. And then Saturday morning, we have 2 events where at 10 a.m., we have something called the Mad Miles, which is actually a running club in Charlotte. But it is the most high energy. It is an incredible thing. It's out of Camp North, and we were actually partnering with them to do almost like an HBCU Pride run. So you can run, walk, whatever.
Shout out Kurt Walls, former A&T wide receiver. I got to give him a shout out. My boy Kurt Walls is involved right there.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna. Then that means, see, if Doug, you're shouting him out, that means you're required to go.
There you go. Y'all
obligated. Put that on the list.
Yeah. But so it's going to be fun. We're expecting a ton of people out there, and we just want that to be a space where people can exercise, celebrate, wear your school colors, even if you're not an A&T or a Central grad. And I'm really excited. The mayor is going to be out there. And then at 11, we're going to do, we're actually going to bring those 2 professors who have spoken to the teams. We're going to do a presentation for the public at a place called Brooklyn Collective. So that's the Charlotte's Black Wall Street. It's the only 3 remaining buildings there. So they tore it all down. Part of Charlotte's poor history in the 1960s of taking care of that neighborhood. But they've preserved these 3 buildings, and there's just a lovely group there. And we're going to work with the 2 professors to give a public presentation. I'm worried they're not going to have enough space, so people need to get there early. But that's at the Brook. It's free, open to public. And then we'll roll into FanFest. So FanFest it's the official place. We know there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to have the cheer squads. We're going to have music, DJs. It's going to have our merchandise. There'll be a little food and beverage. Dukes has done, sorry, I'm rambling, but Dukes has done the same. Going back to the sponsor, they actually all summer have sponsored a Black food truck competition. So Black-owned food trucks have been competing, and the 4 finalists will be at FanFest. And people can vote, and the winners get to go to the game and get a check. So it's just, and there's so many charitable things around this. It's just, we've been planning this since January, and I will be honest with you, our team, executive director down to put more energy into this game than we did at Georgia Clemson. We want to get it right.
It sounds like, listen, it sounds like,
and you can tell how excited I am. I think we got it right.
I can see the passion in your voice and on your face. But Craig, doesn't it sound like almost like a mini celebration bowl?
Yeah,
or really not even mini. It's almost comparable to all the ancillary events that the Celebration Bowl had. This is awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah, and that really surprises me. I'm kind of like the regular average fan. I thought it was just going to be a football game.
Yeah.
But that is huge. It's like a whole festival, weekend festival for
You said
Black
Career
College
Fest,
football.
Career Fest. That's going to be the walking thing. It's going to
private
be
players dinner on Thursday night. I mean, that's
and then even in the game. So we have Bank of America Stadium, and I think it's important. Like, we know that there's this game's tradition. We know everything, and bringing stuff into NFL stadium's different. So we're not going to try to make it the same, but we want to elevate what already exists.
Yeah.
So we have all these bells and whistles. We're actually going to put a DJ on the field. So people think the DJ is going to take over the bands. No. The bands are going to play before, they're going to play during, they're going to play at halftime. And then, of course, we're going to have the fifth quarter. That was the first thing we worked on was when we did research was we got to have the fifth quarter. So we're working with the stadium to keep it open.
Listen, you just made a lot of band heads happy.
We know that's
bands playing during the game. That's the big band, right? But hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, look, it's we know A&T's band is it's impressive. I've watched the videos, everything. We want them to shine, and it's gonna be great. So we're doing all that. There'll be we have all the NFL light show, all that stuff. It's gonna be incredible.
Now that's good that you guys are planning for that stuff, Miller, because you might know this by looking at some of the previous scores. These games tend to get kind of lopsided quick and fast, right?
Yeah.
So we could be looking up and A&T's up by like 40 points in the second quarter. So I'm glad that you guys have some other things to keep people focused, because you might have to have some name that song stuff on the scoreboard. Just keep that in mind. This could get out of hand.
You're saying it, not me. We want a game that is 21-17 with the team that's down with the ball with 2 minutes left. That's what we want. Everyone in their seats watching that game.
Like you said, you guys put together the Georgia versus Clemson game last year. Yeah. And obviously that was, sold out to the rafters, and that was crazy. But so I guess just going through that previous experience, this is not your first rodeo. And you guys have a lot of experience with just crowd control and all the logistics.
Yeah, so we've been hosting kickoff games since 2015. So back when it was the college kickoff. And even last year, we did 2 kickoff games. We did ECU and App State on a Thursday night.
Right.
Georgia,
That's
Clemson right. There was not much sleep that week. And then we've been hosting the Duke's Mayo Bowl and its previous names for this will be the 21st year. So this is what we do. The stadium's amazing. So our role is, a lot of people think like Duke's Mayo owns the thing or the stadium. It's actually the Charlotte Sports Foundation. We own the game. Duke's Mayo is the sponsor. They're incredible. And then we work directly with the stadium to essentially elevate everything they do and kind of translate it to the college environment and work with the teams and everything like that.
And as far as the stadium goes, we're still in a pandemic. And I know last year there were a lot of rules as far as, entering the stadium and masks. What are some safety protocols that we have to be aware of on next weekend?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we want people to feel safe. We want people to be healthy. So the first rule is, if you're not feeling well, please stay home. If you feel in the gray area, wear a mask, do whatever. And we want people to feel safe. For us, there are no policies or anything in terms of masking, but we always encourage people to do what's safe and what's best for them. Really, the key things that you're going to see that potentially are different, and I forgive me, I haven't been to an A&T game, but it sounds like you guys are going to, hopefully I get an invite after this interview to come up for a game during the regular season.
Oh, now you're going to get like the VIP treatment. Trust me. You'll be
like
at a game this year.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But we have mobile ticketing and an app and stuff like that. So our goal is to make it as seamless of an entry and exit. So in terms of using the app and using your tickets. So make sure as you buy your tickets, you'll get an email that has all the instructions of how to get in the stadium. It's mainly you just hold your phone up and you go in. You'll find it's really easy. And we encourage people to come in early. As I said, the DJ, come in any of the entrances and be loud. And we want it to be a full experience for everybody.
And all right, Miller. I gotta ask.
Doug has a question. He didn't say that.
I got a quick question, man. Now you spoke and said this will be your first A&T game. You got to let me know, where will you be watching the game from? What vantage point are you going to take advantage of?
That's actually a really good question, because usually I'm in the press box a lot, which is, if you guys have been in the press box, it's not a fun place to watch a football game. It's kind of boring. No one cheers, all that stuff. And I'll have to bounce back and forth, but it's my goal to be on the sideline. I'm going to try to do everything from my job from the phone. So I mainly look at social media and things like that throughout, and work with our we have a media ops person in the actual press box. But I want to be on the sideline. And as you can tell, I put a ton of energy. I care a lot about getting this right and doing it the right way. I want to feel I want to get the goosebumps, maybe a tear in my eye. This is something that I think is going to be special. And we have you back in 2027, and we want to grow off what we're doing now.
Well, if nothing else, make sure you make it down to the sideline for halftime so you can get a nice view of the blue and gold marching machine, and then make it back at the end of the game so you can get a nice shot of Coach Washington getting that mayonnaise bath that you guys did to the women, right?
We're not doing that. There's no mayonnaise dump. But here's in Coach Washington or whoever gets dumped, whichever coach, I'm not going to commit to which one. Better be glad. That's the most disgusting thing. I was sitting at Coach Beamer's feet when he got dumped on in that bowl game, and it's not what it looked, it's what it smelled like.
I was some type of alternative.
No, it was the real thing.
Oh, man.
I can still smell it. It was disgusting.
Man. Well, good. We picked a good year to do away with that. Yeah,
it'll be back to the bowl.
Hey, but Bill, to tell you the truth, and this is like, I'm flabbergasted. I didn't know this much stuff is happening.
Yeah.
In relationship to, like Craig said, I thought it was just going to be a good football game. We beat up on Central like we normally do and get out of there. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to get there early. One, maybe a couple of days early. Yeah. I'm gonna have to partake in everything that the city has to offer. And sounds like I need to probably not even get out. Even though we're up by like 70 points in the fourth quarter, you want to stick around for that fifth quarter.
I like that number keeps getting higher and higher
because the blue and gold marching machine is going to show out. So this is like this. Yeah, there's gonna be some people who are just. I'm glad the following day is a holiday because there's some people who are gonna be just burning candles at both ends all weekend long.
And I'll say, I know that the Aggie Eagle was in Charlotte before at Memorial Stadium. This is gonna be a different experience, obviously because of the stadium and things like that. But what makes Charlotte a great event town is you can park your car at your hotel, walk everywhere you need to. You don't have to worry about transportation. If you're flying in, you can take Uber from the airport. We want to make it as easy as possible for someone to just use their 2 feet, get around uptown, so we call downtown, and really experience everything. We want this game. We want both fan bases to take over the town. And we want to have that almost that vibration in your body as college football. One, it's the kind of the first week college football, but also this is special to have an HBCU rivalry that's this old and this storied and in these two teams. It's going to be incredible.
Also, you got some merchandise too, guys. Check out this website because they got this 100 years of classic merchandise. Really,
you guys like it?
I love it. I will be buying some. I'll tell you that right now. We can wear it for our next show, but yeah, that's.
I want to wait till after you purchase it, and then I'll tell you where the person who designed it is alumni from. But we went to a company called the Black Originals. Jazz and Sam. Jazz is an alumni Central. So they're the home team. So you'll actually see like the anthem singer, the gospel choir. There'll be actual Central people because this is a Central home game. We'll get you back in 2027. There'll be a lot of A&T representation.
Oh, so we're the away team.
Yeah. They were technically the away team, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and we went to them in probably March and said we don't want to do a typical just kind of two helmets clashing, stuff like that. And they built an incredible. If you ever see all the design and the marketing look, it has all those different icons that nod to I-85, the two towns, 100 years, and then they did such an incredible job on all that marketing material that we asked them to build the merch. And what's really cool is we actually went to both universities and got approval to use logos that aren't in use anymore. So you have logos from the 1970s. You have the dog and you have the eagle that kind of strutting around like they don't anymore. So these are incredible. And I think we just released hats. So there's actually with that that Aggie is on a blue hat now, which is exciting.
Ooh.
That's cold-blooded. Hey, so I gotta commend you. Not only did you do your homework, that's a common theme here in what you're talking about, and that money is going back to the Black community. Yeah. Like you're picking Black vendors. You're putting in other Black entrepreneurs and bringing them into the fold. Was that just something that you guys thought about early on and it made it kind of a priority?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially so this game, we've been thinking about it for years since everything's been set up. But I think even into last year and the year before, we picked the I mentioned the 100 Black Men chapter in Charlotte is kind of our partners in this, and they've been in every planning meeting, sounding boards, helping decide things, and also they'll be a charitable beneficiary of this game. So their programs will be supportive of it. And so we started with that, and that's been kind of growing out. We began to see the importance of we know the game can really affect Charlotte, but also we can really, even from vendors at FanFest, man, I've never received so many vendor requests, but making sure that our FanFest, we'll have 4 Black artists doing a mural for the Aggie Eagle Classic. That's almost people can come and see them make it. We just know that this is an opportunity to highlight Black businesses, to highlight Black artists, to highlight these 2 HBCUs, and then also to, use the game to help generate funds for these athletic programs and really help, hopefully them grow and get bigger and bigger. I know you guys are changing conferences, so all this is really beneficial things, and it's been incredible how I would say the Charlotte business community has supported it as well.
Awesome. So guys, you got anything else you want to throw at this guy while he's here?
No, I think about just about covers it.
Yeah. Well, look, Miller. Like I said, I'm super excited now. I was already excited. We're diehards. We were gonna go no matter what. If it was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we would drive out there. But this game is right in our backyard in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, uptown Charlotte, and you guys are really rolling out the red carpet and making this event even larger than life. I say like it's almost like a celebration bowl, and I mean that. I can't wait. And see, us Aggies, that's even perfect, Miller, because us Aggies, since we left the MEAC, we didn't get a chance to experience our home away from home, the Celebration Bowl last year. That's so right. Now we get that fix again. So, we get all the family involved, and we make a whole big old long weekend. So thank you in that sense for putting that together.
We know we can't compete with homecoming. There's nothing like homecoming in Greensboro. I'm not going to try to compete with that, but we know we can make this special. We know we can make this the second thing you circle on the calendar for Aggies. And if people haven't purchased their tickets, please do. It's Ticketmaster. There's not a bad seat in the house. Yeah. And we're really, really excited about everything that's planned. Check out DukesMayoClassic.com. That's where you can see all the events, learn more about mobile ticketing, all that stuff. And we're here to help. We want, if people have questions, they can email info@charlottesports.org. We want this to be the best possible experience.
Okay. Awesome. So thank you so much. And guys, go ahead and get these tickets now. I think it's going to be a capacity, at least at that bottom level.
Here's the thing. My boss has stopped listening, so I can say this.
Yeah.
Central sidelines, look, it's full. All right, sorry, A&T sidelines full.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if some A&T people start buying some of the Central tickets and start going over there. I'm not suggesting anything. I would never say that'd be very interesting. I know a podcast called Inside the Valley that maybe could promote, taking over a little bit.
Hey, on the low, we'll go in our little private forum and let people know there's some prime real estate across the field, and
that's the TV side. That's the side that's going to show up on
there
TV.
You go. So if you got like a sign or something like that, you'll be right in the middle of it. I got you.
All right, I would never say something like that.
So Mill, this has been a blast, and you know what? We're gonna have to find a way to get you down to Greensboro for a game. And
I got family there. It's easy enough.
Perfect, man. Perfect, man. And so thank you again, especially on short notice. I think I sent you an email yesterday or whatever, and you jumped on it. And this is more than I expected. So we'll be down in Charlotte next week. I think I submitted a request for media credentials, so I might be on the sidelines.
Perfect.
And so
yeah, and then when you guys get down there, you have my contact information. Reach out. We'll say hello.
Okay. Thank you so much, man.